Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Bill and Emily, and there's Emily right there on her phone. We just got done working out today. This is Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It looks like we're going to have another warm day in here in Temecula, so that's great. Hey guys, Emily and I got a health tip for you guys, and actually what this is going to be a little story. First of all, you know what? We're trying to spread the word to people, because that's the only way that the public is going to know the truth. And the truth is, guys, child cancer, child diabetes, and child obesity is on the rise. It's rising fast. And if the American people do not change their health lifestyle, it's going to get worse. And scientific statistics is showing that these diseases are getting worse. And even if the adults don't care about themselves because they say, you know what, I'm too old anyway, so I'm not going to change, at least, guys, at least give your kids a chance to survive in this toxic world. And how do you do that? You got to do your own research. You know, you've heard Emily and I talk about this over and over again. You know what? When we come out with a health tip, don't believe us. You know what? And most of you know that have read my blogs in my Drink Nature's Water Facebook page that I most always follow up what I'm saying with some kind of scientific research. Now, there seems to be an issue with scientific research. I'm seeing a lot of people go on social media who are promoting different products, health products, that are saying that they have scientific research proving that their product works. Well, you guys, there's different types, and the type that we will look into is the real deal. And here's just two of the types here. First type is actual scientific case studies that are in journals. And what I mean by that is when you put in, if you go to Google Scholar and you type in electrolyzed reduced water, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scientific case studies in journals showing the benefits of hydrogen-rich water for degenerative diseases. Now, when you click on the scientific site, it will come up as showing as a abstract, and then it'll show what they're doing, the different research that they're doing. That is one of the best ways. The other way is when a medical center like Loma Linda Medical Center, who has been researching hydrogen-rich water, they will also post information that they have found the benefits. So those are also way. But another great scientific research is an actual researcher like Colin Campbell, who spent 40 years researching raw foods and diseases. You also got Dr. Shinya. Now, those of you that don't know who he is, it's really crazy, because that's what this story is about. And the reason, and I'm going to bring that up, is that 4 years ago, Emily and I were working with a client who was a diabetic for 9 years. He's been on the diabetic medication. I have a hard time pronouncing it, metformin, for 9 years straight. Okay, what happened is that he had read one of my posts that I had put on social media that talked about diabetes, and I put some research on there how hydrogen-rich water actually helps with diabetes by lowering the blood sugar. And so he saw that and contacted me, and what happened next was that we just talked a little bit, and I told him, I said, you know what? I says, the best way for you to find out if this is going to work or not is we're going to give you the water for free for a couple weeks. Let's see what happens. Now, remember, guys, he's been a diabetic for 9 years, and he's been on medication for diabetes for 9 years. Okay? And so the best that medication could do was lower his blood sugar down to 160. Well, you know what? You need to be down in 100 or less. That's what you need to be down to be healthy. 100 or less than 100 is even better. Okay, so the medication wasn't really doing a whole lot. But guess what the side effects was? During the process of us working with him, and he just started to drink the hydrogen-rich water, within 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 days, his blood sugar started to drop. Well, when he went in to get a blood test done, just for a checkup, and he had to check his blood sugar every single day by doing his own blood test, and so he had that little unit that checked it. But anyway, he noticed it was going down. Well, he went to the doctors to do his normal checkup, and they found out that his kidneys were starting to fail. His markers were way, way up there, and they pinpointed it to the side effect of the drug that he was taking for diabetes. And you know what, guys? And that's going to happen every time. I mean, he's not the only client we've worked with in the past that had the same issue with the same side effects. So now he's trying to lower his blood sugar, and now he's got kidney failure, and so his numbers were rising. And so obviously, not only were we working with him on his how much hydrogen he should be drinking a day, which he was drinking it every single day. He was drinking about a gallon a day because that's what he had to. And then he had to stop, he had to change his diet. Well, he had changed his diet 2 or 3 years prior to his kidneys starting to fail, and even that wasn't really working. So then, after a few weeks, his blood sugar got down to normal. Then he was able to back off the metformin, and then the body could start working on his kidney. Well, guess what? Guess what they found out a few weeks after this? He went in to get checked, and he told the doctor that he had a little bit of blood in the stool. So they did a colonoscopy, and guess what they found? They found that he had colon cancer. Okay, you see where I'm getting at, guys? I mean, this is what diabetes, high blood sugar, his kidneys were failing. I mean, things were just starting up. So obviously then we really had to bombard his body with major antioxidants. Well, problem was that they couldn't do chemo because he had just started doing his own research on hydrogen-rich water, and so he wasn't sure about it yet. He saw the research, he saw the scientific research, how it's helped hundreds and hundreds of people with cancer. But you know what? You're just when you're told you have cancer, you're just not sure because you're listening to your oncologist who's telling you have to do chemo, you got to do radiation, or you're going to die. In those of you that follow me, that's not true. That is not true. It's a scare tactic. But that's what happens when you're told you have cancer, because you don't know who to listen to. You get confused. Okay. But anyway, the problem was he couldn't do chemo because his kidneys were failing. They had to get his kidneys healthy first before they could do chemo. Well, so then my question to him was, when he was going back to his colon doctor, whatever you want to call him, I asked him, I said, you know what, just for the heck of it, why don't you ask your colon doctor if he's ever heard of Dr. Shinya? Now, I'm going to show you guys his book, so I'm going to reverse this. So I want you to write this name down. Write this name down and do your own research, okay? So I'm going to set the platform for this. Dr. Shinya is one of the founders of the colonoscopy. You just hear what I said? He's one of the founders. He retired about a year ago, but he worked here in the United States 6 months out of the year, and the other 6 months in Japan. And he had a protocol for cancer patients. So what you want to do when you research him, go on YouTube, and I'll show you the title of his book. He's written 3 books about his protocol on how to beat cancer. And guys, I want you to research on YouTube. Go to Dr. Shinya YouTube and punch in colonoscopy, or punch in colon pictures, or whatever. He has got hundreds of pictures of colons that he has been working with for the last 50 years, and what hydrogen-rich water. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the real deal. He's been using hydrogen-rich water for his cancer patients for over 40 years, and he's written 3 books on it. This is science. And he's put the results in there. And you can go on YouTube, you can see the pictures of the colons with breast cancer or colon cancer or whatever, and see what happens to the colons after 90, 120 to 180 days. He's put those pictures. This is the kind of research you want to see. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this around so you guys can see the book. Like I said, write his name down. You do the research. You see what he's done. Now, another thing about Dr. Shinya, not only was he one of the founders of the colonoscopy, which makes him famous, he's also the founder of the Shinya method of getting the what are those called in the colon? Polyps out of the colon without cutting your stomach open. He found a technique to go in there without cutting your stomach open to cut the polyps out of your colon. That's pretty cool. Now let's go back now. So I asked the guy, I said, okay, go to your doctor, ask him if he knows who Dr. Shinya is. And so he did. And I'm going to switch it around here, guys, and I want you to look at the book. Okay, here's the book. Okay, guys, so there we go. So write the title down and his name. Let me see if we get out. Okay, there's his name right there. And do your research and put that name in YouTube and watch his YouTube links on pictures of the colon. So anyway, let's switch it back here. Anyway, so he went in, asked the doctor if he knew who Dr. Shinya was. So he's a medical doctor who specializes in the colon. Obviously, you know, my thinking is obviously he knows him. He has to, because he's one of the founders of the colonoscopy. He went to medical school, and from my experience from going to school, they always bring up when you're learning about a topic, they always have the root, you know, who's the root person who actually discovered hydrogen-rich water or enzymes or whatever. Well, so the guy went and asked him and says, do you know who Dr. Shinya is? And the guy looked at him, and the doctor looked at him and said, you know, never heard of him before. And boy, you should have seen, I guess the guy who had colon cancer, his jaw just dropped, because he could not believe what he just said. And so he did tell him, he said, you know what, Dr. Shinya is one of the founders of the colonoscopy. How do you not know him? Well, they didn't teach that. They didn't teach us in school. You see, guys, this is what we're talking about. How in the world are you guys going to know about these things if people like us don't get on social media and actually tell you what the truth is out there? I just showed you the book. He wrote 3 books about it. Now, this is the other thing I want to show you guys. This is the real deal. This is why we are talking about hydrogen-rich water so much. Look what he's done here. I'm trying to find it now. Let's see. Here it is. Here's a whole chapter, guys. I'm going to switch it around again. Here's a whole chapter that he wrote in this particular book on how important hydrogen-rich water is for his health platform and for his protocol. Now, his first book, or it's either his first book or his third book, he actually put the statistics in there on all the patients that he's helped over the 50 years who had cancer, and he actually put the percentage of them if they followed his health protocol to the T. Now, his protocol is 80 to 90% raw foods. That's his protocol. And in this book I just showed you, he actually puts in there what you should be eating on a daily basis. And so in this chapter that I'm going to show you, so you can see it's not me talking about it, it's research showing that it's the truth, that in this chapter he talks about it's vitally important for you to be able to detox the body or the cells at the cellular level daily. He's saying you got to detox yourself daily. And the simplest and fastest way to do that is by drinking hydrogen-rich water, because that's what it does. It has the ability to detox the body on a daily basis, and it also is putting the most powerful antioxidant to neutralize the free radicals, which is premature aging you. So those of you that want to get younger, reverse it, you know what? Start drinking hydrogen-rich water, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to help to slow the aging process on. But besides helping all the different degenerative diseases that people have. So here's a doctor, a famous doctor, obviously, who has been using hydrogen-rich water for over 40, maybe 50 years, and who has written about it in his books. And so that's research. I mean, that's good research. So let me put this around so you guys can see that I'm not just talking out of my you-know-what. There it is, right. Okay, let me see if I can get it here. Emily, can you hold that for me? All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can see it. Okay, there it is right there. It's a whole chapter. Chapter 18 in the book. And that talks about hydrogen-rich water, guys. Okay, so there's what you need to, that's research. That's the kind of research you guys need to see, is that. So there's our story for the day. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are here to put out the truth, and we're going to back it up with science. So those of you that are skeptic, you know what? You can't be a skeptic once you see the science, guys. Once you do your own research, we always talk about that. Don't listen to us. Do your own research. And you guys, this is what we do. We give the water away for free so you can see for yourself. There's no obligation, no nothing. You and your family can try it just for a few weeks. See for yourself. And if you notice a difference, if you follow the hydration protocol like you're supposed to, no sodas and no Gatorades and no Monster drinks, because that neutralizes the hydrogen in the water. If you follow those protocols for 3 or 4 weeks, you will be shocked. And besides, you're going to get educated along the way. So those of you parents that don't care about your own health and that has put your health at the bottom of the to-do list, guys, at least give your kids a chance in this toxic world. Look into this. I mean, there are so many famous doctors out there that know about this, but they don't talk about it, and I don't know why. Okay, so guys, like I said, you guys need to take hold of your own health, because our government's not going to help you. Your doctors aren't going to help you. Now, there are some good doctors out there. I've noticed that chiropractors are more toward alternative medicine. But even a lot of the chiropractors aren't educated in molecular hydrogen. That's the new thing. It's only been here in the United States since 2007. So there hasn't been a whole lot of information out there, but there is now. And in 2017 on, things are coming out on a daily basis showing the benefits. So message me. You know what? Just message me. We'll let you try it. Okay, guys? So hope you guys saw some value in this, and hope you guys are going to have a great day, and we will see you guys the next time around. See you later.